But this next guy's going to come after us.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. See, Vince wouldn't take us out with a power outage. He would
power slam.
He would power slam, or he would just sue us.
True.
So, guys, WWE investigating Vince McMahon over $3 million hush money payment for a secret affair. I don't know if anybody. Thank you. I don't know if anybody here actually grew up watching wrestling.
I did.
But this is literally the most like tame thing could possibly. I can't believe this is news, but it brings me a certain amount of joy to cover it.
I feel like I just say this all the time, and I'm going to say it because I do believe it. This is probably not real. This is just more of them creating a narrative.
No, I don't.
Yes.
I think it's real.
Yes.
Why do you think it's fake?
Because
Why
everything
would
they do is fake, and they're generating.
Look bad?
Because that's what you generate, the controversy. We got to bring back
ratings.
ratings.
But it's like humiliating publicly for his family.
This guy got his head shaved by like Trump at some point.
He did.
He also had his
When
butt.
did that happen?
Years ago. Look, this is why I say that, because the WWF back in the day, they are the blueprint of the reality we're in now, which is a false reality.
Yep.
I mean, our last president was his thing was born out of what he learned at WWF. Yep. Like seriously, like the way he would interact with the crowd. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that's all bad, but.
So it says World Wrestling Entertainment is looking into Vince McMahon after uncovering a secret $3 million settlement between the longtime chief executive and a former employee whom he reportedly had an affair with. So it says, according to the Wall Street Journal, the WWE board's investigation began in April and has already unearthed older non-disclosure agreements involving claims from former female WWE employees of misconduct by Mr. McMahon and one of his top executives, John Laurinaitis. Nobody likes John Laurinaitis. The head of talent relations at WWE. It is unknown at this time how many previous agreements were being examined, but the payments have been determined to total several $1 million. So it says
$1 million.
New York-based law firm Simpson, Thatcher, and Bartlett have been employed by the board's 8 independent directors to conduct the investigation. The law firm will also assess the WWE's compliance and human resource programs and company culture. What's interesting about this is I think back to when I think on the level of scandals, there's a famous story. I told you about this earlier where basically... it was in Dark Side of the Ring, but I'd heard about this years before, where Jimmy Snuka got in a car accident and ended someone's life in a car accident, and kind of, because this was like the 80s, the 70s, the 80s, he played it off like he was his character, which was of like a very like brutish.
Wow.
And what happened is there's this famous story where he's brought back to the police station, and Vince McMahon goes in with a large briefcase to the police station, and comes out with Jimmy Snuka, but not the briefcase. Oh, and the assumption was always that what that was a large payoff.
Right.
And you think of all the Chris Benoit and and everything that's happened in wrestling.
Yep.
This is like tame compared to the average wrestling story. To be honest, a CEO, an old guy CEO sleeping with like younger women in his office seems like tame compared to the stuff we hear.
This is like the Matt Lauer of the WWE.
Yeah, like
what confused me about this is why she would have broken the NDA.
I was thinking that too.
And what they say here is that she broke it by telling this friend.
Yeah,
but the friend then messaged them.
Yeah, why?
Yeah, that's weird.
Why?
So we'll get. I believe that whether the roommate's like, I have to speak the truth.
Why do people just think everything is their business?
I know,
and
right?
Also, why are people such blabbermouths?
Board members first learned of the $3 million agreement after receiving a series of anonymous emails from someone claiming to be a friend of the former employee who was hired as a paralegal for WWE in 2019. The first email alleged that McMahon initially hired the woman at a salary of $100,000, but later increased it to $200,000 after beginning a sexual relationship with her.
Interesting.
Those is the benefits, as they say.
Is that like legal?
I mean,
it sounds
frowned upon. I have no idea.
I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder what his wife thought, and his daughter, and everyone who works with him.
There's interesting stuff going on here because Stephanie McMahon recently stepped away from the company for the first time in like 25 years.
I didn't see that.
She has been with WWE since she was since right after she graduated college. She's married to Triple H, who is an executive in the company, and just had to retire officially from in-ring competition because he had a heart condition that caused him to have surgery. And a lot of people people assume that the reason she was stepping away was to do stuff more with her family. Maybe she got like advance notice that this was happening and started to distance herself.
I'm sure the reporters tend to reach out for comment, in advance. It's possible.
So it says, the email also revealed that Mr. McMahon gave her like a toy to Laurinaitis. My friend was so scared, so she quit after Vince McMahon and lawyer Jerry paid her millions of dollars to shut up. Read the email referring to McMahon's longtime lawyer, Jerry McDevitt, who reportedly negotiated the deal. So the idea here, I guess, would be that she was scared and he could kind of tell that she was scared or upset. And so he's like, the only way that this is going to go away is if I pay her a crap ton of money. And the lawyer had to negotiate that contract.
Yeah, but that's clearly not working out for him.
No, it is not. Well, my guess is like we'll probably find out one day that you will look back and his career will be littered with these types of non-disclosure agreements from women he was
right, because
we
know it can't just happen once.
And to be fair, most of the time it probably was consensual. It was consensual, and then just he did it because of his wife wanted to get. His wife at one point was a 2-time failed run at Senate, so even if it's consensual, he can't have affairs coming out.
And I've also
I misspoke there. I'm like, it was probably mostly consensual. It was probably always consensual, but deemed a poor business decision to give them the opportunity to speak out about it, so they paid them off.
I've read of instances, this isn't always, but where there'll be accusations made and they just do a settlement.
Yeah.
And then they do an NDA.
Yeah.
So it's like nothing ever happened, right? It was just an accusation, but they're like, we don't want this out
Quicker
there.
to make it go away.
Not saying that's the case here, but that also happens.
Yep. A spokesperson for WWE stated the company is taking the allegations seriously and is cooperating fully with the board inquiry. This is also interesting because WWE was not always a publicly traded company. For many, many years, up until like 2001, it was a privately, Vince McMahon's father started WWF. Vince McMahon took the company over from him and so on and so forth. Yep. And a lot of people have believed that the reason the company's like the last couple of years have been laying people off left and right is because he's trimming it down in hopes of making a sale.
He needed more money for his lady friends.
The company has profits in the excess of billions.
Yeah.
Is it possible that the anonymous friend who sent these emails was just trying to get in on that sweet NDA money?
Totally possible.
Definitely.
If you want to make me go away, then you better pay me off as well. So then it says the spokesperson added that the relationship between 76-year-old McMahon and the ex-paralegal was consensual. McDevitt said in a letter to the Wall Street Journal that the former paralegal hadn't made any claims of harassment against Vince and that the WWE did not pay any monies to the ex-employee on her departure. The January 2022 separation agreement forbids the former employee who moved from the legal department in 2021 to becoming an assistant to Laurinaitis from discussing her relationship with McMahon. McMahon and Laurinaitis have, of course, not left comment so far. I totally expect him to let this go. I don't think that Vince is going to address this. I don't.
It would be a bad idea for him to address it.
Wasn't his wife in politics?
Yes,
I recognized her, not him, because I think she runs the America First Policy Institute in DC.
And she was a member of Trump's cabinet.
Yes.
And she's like I said, she's a twice failed Senate run.
It would just be a majorly bad PR decision for him to address this.
No, I think they should settle this in Hell in a Cell.
All of them. Just Vince and the paralegal.
And the Undertaker. Bring back Mankind.
Oh my God!
Steve Austin, The Rock.
Well, Stone Cold performed at WrestleMania this year.
So let's just have it out there where the American public deserves it.
Some of the chats were like, Brett, WWE isn't real, right?
You don't know that.
Real.
Were you surprised? Did you always think? Did you at one point think it was real?
When
I remember being young and it was an epiphany to kids that it was fake.
It was a different time.
Yeah.
Now
more
you look
innocent
at it,
world.
Yeah, a far more innocent world.
Yeah.
I don't think I talked about anything to do with actual wrestling tonight that would give people the impression.
You told us that Vince's father ran
the company.
Yeah, and you told us the Snuka,
which has nothing to do with wrestling.
But you know your stuff.
Yes.
Own it.
Yes.
We like the WWF.
Believe it or not, I go watch movies too. And when Chris Evans held a helicopter and did not let it go in Captain America Civil War. That did not happen either. That was not real either.
Fair enough.
I don't know about that part.
It's performance art. It's very dangerous performance art is what it is. So I just think that this is one of those things that will eventually go away, but it was interesting to me that it was. And like you said, here we have, so it says WWE Chairman Vince McMahon has become the new main character of pro wrestling following the Wall Street Journal article. And they get into stuff here about him and his wife. It says there have been hints that McMahon and Linda have been separated before Dave Meltzer's reveal this morning. During his appearance on the Pat McAfee show earlier this year, McMahon briefly referred to Linda as his wife at the time. I kind of always got the feeling that it was more like they'd been married for so long that it would just be bad, like, for both of them publicly. They just stayed together for the image, not for the kids.
They give me a lot of Ozzy and Sharon Osbourne vibes.
Yeah, exactly. It says there are several potential. It says the $3 million lawsuit. They're just talking about revealed that Vince and Linda are still technically married. However, Meltzer noted the two hadn't been together for a long time. They used to do these creepy, weird storylines involving Vince and his wife, where she was like in a convalescent home. And
what?
It's just like like the family had no shame about making themselves look awful on TV.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, you think it's all fake?
I think I have a problem. Clearly, I think lots of
where you think everything
reality.
is fake.
Yeah.
It's a dangerous place to be. But when you make a living off of pumping out fake realities,
I don't know how this
anything.
helps him.
Because bad controversy is amazing.
It's
all we have these days. Everyone profits off controversy.
Attention is the only thing of value now.
I suppose it's not like they're claiming that he did something illegal. They're just claiming he did something scummy.
I mean, I don't. The wording of like passed her off like a toy is very dramatic.
Yeah.
Editorialized.
Like they hired some kid who just got a creative writing master's to write that script.
Well, they have horrible writing over at WWE. They really do.
They do have I actually applied to be a writer for them.
You?
Yeah.
When?
I didn't get it.
Really?
It was very recently, 3 years ago.
So funny.
That would have been a great story.
Yeah.
I mean, it also, that wording, it does attempt to absolve the woman of any involvement when if it's consensual. She obviously chose that,
and then she wants to
chose to have those relationships,
and then now they want to rewrite history and make it about
redefine consensual.
Yes,
that's what they'll do.
There have been hints that McMahon and Linda have been separated before Meltzer's reveal, and then they talk about his wife at the time, and then they talk about her 2 failed Senate. She left to pursue politics in 2009. Before that, so she was small business administrator, the administrator of the Small Business Administration for Donald Trump between 2017 and 2019. She is currently the chairwoman for the America First Policy Super PAC. What does that do? Like, I mean, it's just
it's mainly just a think tank.
Okay.
They write policy projections and
conservative think
other
tank.
Things like that.
Okay. Did you see the thing that James Lindsay posted the other day about like wrong think? It was like a wrong think article. Like they have like a wrong think app or like
no.
Go to his Instagram. Go to his Instagram page and it'd be like a couple things back. But it's basically he's talking about like where they can find people that are against CRT. It's from UCLA. If your internet works.
My internet works.
But yeah, basically they can find anti-CRT articles on the internet and like log them, which is super dystopian and creepy.
I'm not seeing it.
You got it?
No, not yet.
All right.
Sorry.
So basically, they just go through this here, and I would like to see. I would love if this ended up to be fake. I really would, but I don't think that's what happened here.
I mean, I guess with what you said, Shane, like it's better to lean on the the intuition that everything's fake than that everything is real.
Absolutely.
Because most people are operating on like believing what they hear.
It's not healthy though.
I understand why like in the media now, like we get into so many conversations where we're saying, was this a PR move? Was this all planned?
It's just when people have been proven to be wrong or having told lies so often in the media landscape, it is really hard. And they can't all be fake. Clearly, maybe they are, but
not all.
It does seem that way, and it seems but it's unhealthy because I hate that I even have to second guess any stories like this. But the media keeps doing it, and I have to question it. But so we just have to wait and see, and who knows? It might just go away. We'll never know, or it will end with a bunch of men in leotards duking it out.
I hope so.
Who knows? That's what I want.
Super chats. There was 2.
Yes. Caper2X said, "You're alive. Not sure about the Princess of Darkness."
Yes,
I assume that's referring to me.
That's you.
But maybe
I
it's
thought
Brett.
it was me or Brett. We can.
Well, no, I asked if we were alive. I asked that question.
What did they call you, Sir Brett, Master of Darkness, or something?
That is me.
Waffle Sensei said, "Well, at this point, Ezra Miller should play Reverse Flash. In all seriousness, Anthony Starr would be the perfect fit."
Anthony Starr, yes, he would be very good. He's
Anthony.
There's no H in his, and there's 2 R's in Starr. Okay. I don't know why the hell I know that, but I do know that. So he would be, like I said, go watch Banshee if you have not seen Banshee. I'm not currently watching the new season of The Boys, but Banshee is fantastic. Thanks for watching this clip, guys. If you want to see full episodes or follow us on social media, links are in the description below. Bye.